left and George Soros and a lot of his leftist minions had actually infiltrated into the seminaries out here and co-opted them to where the very foundational places where you're sending pastors to be trained and then sending them out to, pastor churches and plant churches, they're getting this kind of leftist Marxist, theological training, even in what we consider to be conservative seminaries. And so what's ended up happening is then you start to see a lot of these pastors and they're popping up and you listen to their sermons and it sounds like they just came from an AOC Bernie Sanders rally as opposed to anything that resembles biblical Christianity. And so then what ended up happening is then all of a sudden a lot of these pastors kind of became activated when Donald Trump ran for president back in 2016 and then over the course of his presidency and ever since then, to where they started pushing a lot of these woke ideologies, things like Black Lives Matter and this whole kind of white supremacy stuff, and we've got to take care of the illegal immigrants, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. They're pushing a political agenda but tying it together with supposed biblical theology or Christianese language and taking verses out of context and all of that. So we've seen this political movement infiltrate into the theological realm in order to co-opt the evangelical church in order to push these Bernie Sanders type ideologies.